Which one would you buy? Most of us make that choice in just a few seconds. But what are we really basing that choice on? Here's the part most people never think about. Before you ever pick up that product, a team already decided how to get your attention. Every color, picture, and word on that package is there for a reason. The front tells you why you should buy it. The back tells you whether you should. In the last video, we talked about what goes on your plate. But before food ever gets there, you make one important choice. Do I put this in my shopping cart or not? Every trip to the grocery store starts the same way. You're surrounded by hundreds of choices, and every package is competing for one thing: your attention. Words like natural, whole grain, made with real fruit, and low fat, they're meant to catch your eye and influence your choice. Your brain isn't lazy, it's efficient. Instead of studying every package, it looks for quick clues to help you decide. When we see these kinds of claims, our brain starts assuming it must be healthier. This is a better choice. But the package never actually said that. That's how marketing works. The claims on the front of the package are designed to influence what you believe about the product. It doesn't have to tell you the product is healthy. It simply has to make you believe it. So now let's turn it around and see what the front didn't tell us. At first, a nutrition facts label can seem like a lot to look at. But don't worry, we're going to focus on 5 things that matter most for diabetes, high blood pressure, and kidney disease. Serving size, sodium, sugar, potassium, and phosphorus. Let's start with serving size, because every number on this label depends on it. This is the first thing you should look at, because every calorie, every gram of sugar, every milligram of sodium is based on this serving size. Let's look at an example. This package contains 2 servings. If you eat the whole package, you have to double every number on the label. That's why checking the serving size always comes first. Now that we've covered serving size, let's move on to the next thing we need to pay attention to: sodium. Too much sodium can raise your blood pressure and put added strain on your heart. The most important thing to remember when reading a food label for sodium is that the sodium number should be lower than the calorie number. Why? Because when the sodium number is higher than the calorie number, it usually means the food is more highly processed and contains more sodium and preservatives. Let's compare with a few examples. Here, the sodium number is lower than the calorie number. Choosing foods like these more often can help support healthy blood pressure, but sodium is only one piece of the puzzle. Now let's take a look at another important part of the nutrition facts label: sugar. Sugar can appear under many different names in the ingredient list. These are processed sugars added during manufacturing. That's what added sugar means. The front of the package may say sugar-free, zero sugar, or even sugarless. But don't stop there. Here's a key takeaway. When you see includes added sugars under total sugars, it means processed sugars have been added to the product. The nutrition facts label tells you that processed sugars have been added. However, the ingredient list tells you exactly which ones. And remember, they're not just found in desserts. They can also be found in many everyday foods that you see here below. Awareness starts here. So now we've covered serving size, sodium, and sugar. Now let's take a look at another very important mineral: potassium. Our body needs potassium. It's an important mineral found in foods like fruits, vegetables, and dairy products. Healthy kidneys remove any extra potassium your body doesn't need. But when your kidneys aren't working well, potassium can build up in your blood. And when potassium gets too high or too low, it can affect the way your heart beats. Here's something else many people don't know. Not all potassium is the same. When potassium is naturally found in whole foods, your body absorbs less of it. When potassium is added to processed foods, your body absorbs much more. That means more potassium can build up in your blood. And here's the thing to remember. If you see words like potassium chloride, potassium citrate, or potassium sorbate in the ingredient list, that's your clue potassium has been added during processing. And here's one more thing to look for. If the nutrition fact labels show less than 200 milligrams of potassium per serving, it's generally considered lower in potassium. If it's more than 200 milligrams, use extra caution if you have chronic kidney disease. And always follow your doctor's or dietitian's recommendation for the amount of potassium that's right for you. And lastly, one more thing that's easy to miss: phosphorus. Phosphorus is another important mineral our bodies need. It's naturally found in foods like meat, poultry, fish, eggs, nuts, beans, and whole grains. But when phosphorus gets too high, it can weaken your bones and cause severe itching. Over time, it can also cause calcium to build up in your blood vessels and other soft tissues, increasing your risk of heart attack or stroke. Let's take a look at this nutrition facts label. Do you see phosphorus listed anywhere? Probably not. That's because food manufacturers generally aren't required to list the amount of phosphorus on a nutrition facts label. So if this is the only place you look, you may never know it's there. In the ingredient list is where you'll find phosphorus. Like sugar, phosphorus can go by many different names. You don't have to memorize them. Just look for phos at the beginning of a word or fate at the end. Here you can see common examples like sodium phosphate, potassium phosphate, and phosphoric acid. That's your clue. Phosphorus has been added during processing. Not all phosphorus is the same. When phosphorus is naturally found in whole foods, your body absorbs less of it. When phosphorus is added to processed foods, your body absorbs much more. That means more phosphorus can build up in your blood. If you have chronic kidney disease, damaged kidneys may not be able to remove that extra phosphorus. These are some of the most common processed foods that contain added phosphorus. Some may surprise you. The next time you pick up a package, you'll know exactly what to look for. If a label can influence what you buy, what else is influencing the choices you make every day?